cut the music.
Welcome back to Anthony Lee Raw. Guys, we are live. It is Monday. What a beautiful day. Bitcoin getting a big old dump this morning. We're going to take a look at that. We're going to see what we think is going to happen. We're going to go over some alts. So go ahead and drop your alts in chat if you want me to take a look at those. We're going to see who's here. Also, big announcement. We are giving away 1,000 USDT live on the stream today with the Wheel of Destiny. In order to qualify, you must be on the stream. You have to thumbs up the stream right now, and you need to drop a 1 in chat, okay? Once you drop a 1 in chat, we'll check to make sure you thumbs up the stream, and you'll be added to the Wheel of Destiny we're going to give away in just a little bit. So go ahead and do that if you want in on this. We are celebrating 1,000 subs. We have now gotten over that. We're like 1,030 something subs, something like that. So we're celebrating 1,000 subs. I know it's small. A lot of guys have massive 1 million sub channels, you know, but it is what it is. So we're here, we're growing, we're getting there, and we're keeping it real, guys. We've rebranded Anthony Lee Raw. You see all the good stuff up here. We got a new website. We're just going to keep it real. Like, I'm so tired, so freaking tired of seeing all these wannabe influencers, which I'm not an influencer. I'm just a dude, just telling you all this crap, you know, and people so gonna, like, they want to hear it, and I get it. I want to hear that stuff too, but you deserve better than that, and I'm tired of it. So I'm calling these people out, and I'm letting you know, from a realistic standpoint, what you can expect on this stuff. Am I going to get it right every time? No, I'm not. I'm going to get some wrong, but I'm going to play the probabilities, and I'm going to get it right way more often than I'm going to get it wrong. And I tell you one thing I won't do. Let's say a coin you expect it to go to $100, and I tell you it's going to 50. I'm not going to sit there and watch it go to 50 and round trip it through a bear market. I'm not going to do that because I expected some nonsense that somebody else told you. I'm going to give you realistic expectations, and if it does better, great. That's a bonus for you, but be prepared for less. Anyway, guys, go check out the new website. I did add it in chat here. I pinned a comment, and I'll pull it up real quick. AnthonyLeeRaw.com. That's right there. Crypto. No bullshit, guys. No bullshit. No bullshit. I don't care. It's attitude filled. It is, but it comes from a place with love. I know it seems like I'm being harsh, but it's really because some people need a little sense knocked into them, right? So you got to be a little more blunt with them. Anyway, go check it out. Got all the good stuff. AnthonyLeeRaw.com. Let's see who we got in here, y'all. Moy Marcus, congrats, AL. I may not make it back in time. Thanks, bro. Thanks, bro. I got you. Big thumbs up for your channel. Thank you. Thank you. West Coast. Bro, you got 4 O's in there. West Coast. I like that, man. I like it. I like it. I like it. Thanks, brother. Thank you. West Coast dropping the ones. I'm going to skip the ones. Jane is keeping a list of the ones, so we're going to add you to the wheel. Jack, what's up, buddy? Johnny number 5 in the house. Max, Mighty Max, bro. Guns up, bro. I got a bicep video for you guys. If you're new here, we cover fitness, homesteading, crypto. I know you're here for crypto, but some of these guys like to see the workout stuff. We get to see the guns going, so I got a short bicep video. Max says, bro, you've been 100%. You have 100% called the start of July. Like, exactly. Yeah, we've nailed July, guys. We got some good profits going in July. Johnny nailed the shaded red box last night. I missed it. Gosh, I missed it. I thought I had an alert set, but I didn't. But I gave it to you in advance. We'll talk about that in a second. Johnny number 5, go USA. Yeah, World Cup. I think the World Cup is tonight. USA plays in the World Cup tonight. They got their star striker back. They appealed the red card, so they removed the red card for now so he could play tonight. What's up, Salt Chain? Hawkborn, yo, there's my workout guy. Hawkborn, super happy on the 1K subs. Thank you. We're monetized, too. I'm going to tell you about that in a second. Thanos, what's up? My main man, Thanos. There he is. CV Lewin. CV, what's up, brother? Eons, good morning. Clarence, good morning. Thanks, Clarence. Appreciate you, brother. Solo, what's up? Salt Chain says, your new site looks awesome. Congrats on the subs and the rebrand. Thanks. You know, I really didn't. It's technically a rebrand, but it really is just me. Like, it is just me. Like, it's just me. Like, this is who I always am. Ask Jane. Like, like, I don't give a damn. I do care, but that's the thing. I don't care if somebody doesn't like it. It is what it is. But I'm gonna shoot you straight, guys. I'm just gonna be real with you because I want you all to succeed, and I don't want you to fall for the nonsense that I fell for early on in my crypto days. It's bullshit. It's all bullshit. Thanks, Hawkborn. Hawkborn worked back and buys. All right, let's hop into, first of all, let's show you the trade. We're still long for 57.7. We've secured $6,000 on that trade. And I missed the dang short trade. I gave you the short trade. Look, guys, I gave you guys the short trade yesterday. Gave it to you. I even told you, look at this, guys. I even told you, and I'm knocking myself, not you, but I even told you yesterday, Bitcoin is getting the unconfirmed 4-hour sell signal. I saw it. I knew it. I saw it. Right before we got to the shaded box here, before we got it, we got that unconfirmed 4-hour sell signal. Almost always leads to a big move down. And I said we could get a move up and then get another sell signal down, and that's what happened. That's exactly what happened. So you see the sell signal there. We got the move up, and when we did, it created the good old bear divs there on the 4-hour time frame, right into our key box, giving it advance, boom, boom, right into the key, tap the daily level, and move down. I mean, it's textbook. It's so easy, it's not even funny. And it was given to you in advance, and I do apologize, guys. I mean, I gave it to you, but I apologize that I missed it, usually in the VIP Discord. Go join the VIP Discord, AnthonyLeeRaw.com. Normally, I'll tell you if I take the trade, which I didn't tell you because I didn't take the trade, not because I didn't like it. I loved it. I just thought I had an alert set on it, and I didn't, so I missed it. But hopefully you guys took it anyway. It was an easy trade, but good job. We're also still short from 81.7. Realized almost $9,000 profit on that trade. So we're long from 57.7, short from 81.7, and I've gotten stopped out in profit on all the other trades. All the other trades gotten stopped out on. I don't know where they are. I could go find them. It doesn't matter. You don't care. You're not here for that. All right, here you go, Hawkborn. This is for you. Real quick, bear with us, guys, like 30 seconds, okay? This is for Hawkborn, my workout guy. This is biceps. This is my bicep superset, guys. And I have the speed on double speed. This is not how fast I was going. Look at this dude in the back. He's getting all serious at staring at himself. So I had wide, incline wide curls. Then I had seated hammer curls. I started with the 40s, I dropped to 30s, and now I got 20s for overhand grip curls. Usually I stand for these. I almost always stand for these, but where I had the camera, if I stood, my crotch would be right in your face. And I know some of you guys might like that kind of thing, but I decided to spare the rest of you. So I did those seated, but normally I would not do those seated. So there you go, Hawkborn, bicep workout for the day. For those of you who are new here, I was a personal trainer for 20 years. I owned a couple gyms. So I'm old now. I'm 45. So I stay in decent shape for a 45-year-old man. And I did like 5 rounds of that. I did all 3 moves, rested about 30, 40 seconds, and did that 5 times through. All right, Bitcoin dumping down. We're going to do some things, guys, and I really want to help you guys out. We're getting to that point of the bear market where you're going to have to, not financial advice, but you're going to probably want to start making some investments here. And I need you guys to understand, and again, I could be wrong on some things, okay? I admit that, but I'm going to give you the higher probabilistic, is that a word, probabilistic? I'm going to give you the higher probability ideas. So I have an alert set on the screen box. There's no trade here, guys. You're either in it or you're not. If you're not in this, you can't short now, or I can't short, my crew can't short. We don't do that. I do have a box here, and I do have an alert set this time. So if we get to discussing other things, we'll come back to it. I have the old KCEX, KCEXtrading.com. I'll flash that for you real quick up top, KCEXtrading.com. If you want to get the lowest fees, 0.01% market order fees. That's what I'm trading on today. All right. Which indicator is that you're using for the sell signal? I can't tell you that. Can't tell you that. I'll tell you that in a minute. Give me a minute. Let me get through these chats and we're going to hop right in. Your content is awesome. You will grow fast. I appreciate it. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Unfiltered, no BS, no nonsense. I skip sensitivity training. I'm just going to tell you like it is. That's it. That's what you deserve, guys. Like if let's take VeChain here. If VeChain, because VeChain is shit, and I'm going to discuss this in a second. VeChain all-time high was 26 cents like 5 years ago. 26 cents. If VeChain was going to scratch that. If VeChain was going to 3 cents, do you want me to sit on here and be like, it's going to $1, guys, knowing that it's going to 3 cents? And I don't know where it's going, but I can do TA on it and tell you a realistic target. Do you want me to sit on here and tell you it's going to $1? Yeah, you probably do. A lot of people do, unfortunately, but that's dumb because you're going to buy now. It's going to go to 3 cents, and you're going to say, oh, here comes $1, here comes $1, and you're going to round trip it to another bear market. Don't do that just because you want to hear that, okay? I know that's what you want to hear, and if I think it's going to $1, I'm going to tell you, hey, guys, I think VeChain's going to $1. But if it's not, at least be willing to look at the other side, right? So that you don't round trip. I round tripped a big freaking bag one time. Cardano at $3. I made $1.2 million on Cardano, but I didn't make a nickel because I didn't sell because I believed it was going to $10. I bought it at 8 cents and rode it to $3 and watched it come back down to $80,000 from $1.2 million to $80,000. Don't do that, guys. I'm telling you. And if I just listened to the technical guys, I would have. I know I did come back in the next cycle and sold and made a good bit, but I didn't make 1.2 million on it like I should have. So just all I'm saying, and now you know what? If you're such an immature investor or inexperienced investor that you won't at least listen to the other side of the coin, like if I'm going to invest in something and I've got this grand idea it's going to do something and somebody says, hey, not so fast, bro. Maybe look at it from this angle. If I care about my investment and I'm a halfway experiencer and I'm not a fool, even if I don't listen to that person, I should at least be willing to hear him out and say, okay, you know, it's my investment. Maybe I should hear what the other side is saying, just in case I'm missing something or I'm not seeing it. So at least be open. That's all I'm saying. At least be open. Kerry Benz, what's up, bro? Nice to see you back in here, man. Hadn't seen you in a minute, brother. Miss you, bro. Miss you, dude. Ismail. What's up, dude? Glad you're here, man. Everybody. Oh, by the way, guys, one more thing and we're going to dive in. We are now monetized also. Just coincidence, we got 1,000 subs the same time we got enough watch hours to be monetized. Carrie Benz, thumbs up the stream and put a 1 in chat. I'll enter you for a $1,000 giveaway today. But anyways, we're monetized, so we're taking super chats. And I don't really care if people super chat me, but I've never had a super chat. So anybody and everybody that super chats today will get an extra entry for $1,000, and you don't have to. I'm not trying to make money off of y'all. I just think it's really cool that I'm able to take super chats now, like all the other fancy schmancy YouTubers. So anybody who super chats any amount will get an extra entry today for $1,000. All right, guys, let's dive in. We got all the good stuff out of the way. All right, 4-hour sell signal is in play. I will show you the indicator that I use for this, guys. And guys, let me tell you, I hate showing this kind of stuff because some of you will get on this and get on the 1 minute time frame, and it's just like anything else. It's like a green dot or a money flow crossover or Bjorn volatility. Like, the higher the time frame, usually the more powerful the signal, and nothing except daily Lionheart I've ever seen is 100%, no signal, okay? Daily Lionheart is the only 100% signal I've ever seen. So just because you get it on this does not mean it's a good signal. Like right here on the 4-hour, you got a buy signal, and yeah, you got a big move up. So if you got the buy signal there, you could have got a move up, but then it rolled right back over, right? But here you got the buy signal, rolled up a good bit. So you have to use it in confluence with other things. Okay, got sell signal. got a baby sell off, but then you came back. And I predicted this. I told you guys this when you got it. I would not just blindly enter this. And why? Because it was not in confluence with anything. Does that mean it could have just rolled down there? But what I wanted, you weren't in a key area. You were here in no man's land, right? In between these two areas. So the odds of it rolling over were slim. You didn't have any bearish divergence. So I knew, I got this signal. I knew to look for a big short, but I wanted in confluence, so I waited for the move up into the key area with the divergence and then the move down. So you should not blindly enter this signal, okay? Don't do that. When you get it, that is your cue to pay attention. Like, okay, there's the sell signal or the buy signal. Now what do I see that goes with it? Are we at a key area? Do we have bullish or bearish divergence, depending on if it's buy or sell? If you do, you might, not financial advice, but you might could blindly just enter on that signal because you have the other things to go with it. You're at a key area, you got bearish divergence, and the signal just fired. But here, signal fired, no key area, no bearish divergence, no trade. But it does cue me to be looking for those things to appear along with the signal, which is how I was able to tell you yesterday we got the 4-hour sell signal. But now we're looking for the move up into the box with the bear divs, okay? But you're still under an active sell signal, okay? You just needed the other confluence to go with it. So a little patience here would have paid you off big, okay? But I will show you the indicator. It's right here. It's called Edry Extreme Points Buy and Sell. There it is. You guys want to screenshot that? And we go on here and type in EDRI, Edry, and there it is. By this guy, Spudow, S-P-U-D-O-W. And I don't use it on anything less than the 4-hour time frame. The last time you got a signal on the Bitcoin Weekly was way back here in January of 05. Got the big move down to 30%. And it works on alts as well. Let's look at a fetch. Let's just look at a fetch. Last time you got a signal on fetch on the weekly, again, weekly fetch here, you got a move up of, 105%. But again, that's weekly. Don't expect a 100% move on a 4-hour time. Last time you got a sell signal on fetch was way up here. You got the sell signal. You know, a little baby move down of about 95%. This indicator is freaking amazing, guys. On medium, higher, and higher term time frames. I've never shared this with anybody, guys. Congratulations. I've never shared it. All right, super chats are open. They should be active now. Get yourself an extra entry. There's a poll in chat. Anybody worried about Saylor? Let's talk about that, guys, because I want you guys to understand. Michael Saylor selling means nothing. Michael Saylor cannot dump the market, okay? Mechanics that understood communities that their host got them wrecked. Give that shit straight. Marine wife here. Also skip sensitivity training. Perfect. Don't blow smoke up people's asses. Listen, you know why most influencers, I'm convinced, but do you know why most influencers, and I've had some conversations with influencers, but do you know why most of them wreck people? Let's go back to VeChain, for example. Number one, you would be amazed. A lot of these people are like in their mom's spare bedroom, okay? And they're just stupid. I'll be honest, they're stupid. They don't know any better. Like it's the blind leading the blind, okay? I've been in this market for 12 years. And I'm not saying I'm a know-it-all, but I have learned the hard way. I have let myself be led by the blind, gotten wrecked, and then figured it out for myself. But a lot of them are just stupid. Let's just call it like it is. They're dumb, okay? And I'm not saying I'm the smartest guy in the world, but also a lot of them are being paid. They're being sponsored. They're dumb. They're being paid. And also, a lot of them bought here. You know, a lot of people did this. This was last cycle. This is the last cycle high for VeChain. And you know how it is, guys. You expected a high, and then you dip, and then Bitcoin ran off to new highs, right? So everybody expected altcoins to do the same, and I get it. I expected it also. I happened to sell, so I didn't get wrecked. But this was the first high because that's what altcoins do, right? Here's the cycle before. You set a high, you dipped, and then you ran to a new high with Bitcoin. Well, here altcoins set a high, they dipped, and Bitcoin ran to a new high, and alts didn't. But a lot of influencers thought they would, and they bought right here, expecting that second run up that never came. So now they need you, and some of these have big enough channels that if enough people buy, they can make a difference. They need you to bring price back to here so that they can sell for a break even. Don't be dumb, guys. Don't be dumb. And a lot of you refuse to even look left. Like they tell you something, oh, it's done this in the past. If you look left, you're like, no, it didn't, bro. It just didn't. That didn't happen. I gave the perfect example, I think perfect example the other day. I'm seeing this death cross crap. The death cross, right? Y'all know the death cross? How many people are seeing the death cross? People are talking about the death cross. The weekly death cross. I'm going to throw it on right now. We showed this the other day. The weekly death cross. People are saying, oh, it's bearish. Bitcoin's going to 40K, the weekly death cross. And people are just accepting that nonsense. Well, let's look back at what happened. Just look back to the left when they tell you that. Look to the left. See what happened. And here's the death cross. If you only had it 3 times before, here's the death cross. In 2015, what happened? The low was already in. By the time you got the cross, the low was already in. You didn't move down. You moved up to a massive bull run. That's crap. Don't buy that crap. Look to the left. They're stupid, guys. They're dumb. I'm telling you, they're dumb. I'm telling you. And this is coming from someone who's not the smartest person in the world. I'm telling you, they're dumb. Look what happened the time before that, 2019, time after that, 2019. You get the death cross, guys. 50 crossing the 100. The low was already in. Massive freaking bull run. It's crap. These two imaginary lines on a chart do not push price down. That's stupid. Anybody telling you that's dumb? So the last time it happened, I will grant them this. The last time it happened, you did move down about $1,500. But still, that was the end. Massive bull run. And I will argue to say the low was already in. And the only reason for this last little dip, and I acknowledge that it happened, but that was a global scandal with FTX imploding, selling off all their Bitcoin, selling off all their ICP, selling their Solana, selling everything. They dumped Solana. They dumped Bitcoin. Global scandal. People panic selling. So if FTX doesn't explode or implode right there, does this candle happen? I don't know. But either way, this death cross didn't sit. Matter of fact, from the time you got the death cross right here, you rallied. Then FTX. They just don't know, guys. They will mislead you. And at least you know when you hear me talking this much smack, I might be wrong. But I'm not intentionally wrong. I'm telling you what the chart shows. Let's look at July. We've actually called this. We called this step for freaking step. Somebody super chat me. Be the first one to ever super chat Anthony Lee Raw. First person ever. You'll go down in history. I will mention you forever. Here's July. We put these stats out. I actually put these stats out like I think June 29th. We've called this step for step. Now we did not come down so far to this box, but we called for a move down on the first couple days, then a move up. Then I've been saying this because I want this to stick with you. A dip, then rip. I mean, look, I can move the blue line over, and it's literally like exact. I mean, but I'll keep it where it was. But this dump today, people are like, oh my gosh, Sailor sold. It's calling the dump. It's causing the dump. Sailor sells. First of all, no, that's not what happens. Second of all, if that's the case, how did we predict this 9 days ago? How did we call this 9 days ago? We called this 9 days ago because that's what technicals showed us. Look, guys, let's go back. This is bear market behavior. This is exactly what we got in 2022. Exactly what we got. Dip down. So you started out with a move to the downside. Boom. okay? Move to the downside, then you rallied until the 8th, dip, then rip. This is exactly how it played out July, bear market July, okay? And I know historical performance does not dictate future performance, but it's very similar. I'm telling you guys, it is especially similar on bear market years. Bitcoin plays out the same on bear market years. It just does. I personally think it has to do with midterm elections, and that happens to be Bitcoin bear market years. It's how they manipulate the market. Let's go look at 2018. Same damn thing. You open up with a move to the, you open up, my line got, anyway, you see, you open up with a move to the downside, pump up to the 8th, dip, then rip, guys. So it was very easy for us to look at those stats and say, okay, here's what we're likely to do. Open up with a move to the downside. Yeah, we didn't come quite as low as we had projected, but we did move to the downside here. What is that? About a 4.5% move to the downside, moved up, and now we're looking for the dip, then rip. Okay, and if this changes, I'll be the first to let you know, like, oh shit, this dip, then rip is becoming more like a dip, then dump. But so far, it is spot on, guys. And this is what I'm looking for. Okay? So don't panic. Don't panic. You shouldn't panic if you believe in this narrative, if you believe in this TA, because you should be expecting this. And I actually mentioned this in Discord yesterday before this dump ever happened, before the pump even happened yesterday. Look, here's where price was yesterday. We had not even moved up into this box, had not even moved up, okay, which we have now. I told you guys, as of now, we're expecting a bullish July. However, we've been talking about this move up, which we've gotten, followed by a dip, then ripped. Do not be surprised to see a dip over the next few days, then rip. I literally said that yesterday before any of this. And I'm not bragging on me. I'm just trying to prepare you guys. Like, this is going to sound hokey, but I'm married to a hokey woman, so whatever. Like, I'm in tune with the market right now, and I'm not saying I'm 100%, but like, I've really been focused, and I've been lasered in on the movements of the market, and I'm not always that way. Sometimes I get distracted. This happens in life. That happens in, you know, you get distracted. But I am really like, I'm in the zone right now. So right now, while I'm telling you what I'm seeing, pay attention, because this won't last forever. Like, I'm going to lose sooner or later. The market is going to catch me off guard. But right now, I'm laser focused. I gave you guys the Fetch AI trade. Gave it to you. I took it. I gave it to you. I told you, and I'll stop harping on this stuff, guys. Here you go. I said I just bought 500K Fetch for 85K. I bought that at 17.21, 17 cents, 17.21 cents. This was one day last week. I bought Fetch right there. Let's make that yellow. I bought it at the yellow line. I told you guys, I said I bought Fetch. It ran up to 19 cents even. Big old 11% pump. And I told you I sold. I said, I can't tell you what to do. I said, but I'm selling. I still have my bag of 600K Fetch that I'm holding, but I sold that 500,000 Fetch that I had. I sold. I told you exactly when I sold, and it has rotated down. So good job for those of you who took it. I hope you grabbed your 10, 11% profit. And I told you when I took it, this is not my holdings. This is a spot trade, and that's what I did. I made $8,000 on the trade. So hopefully you guys took this. All right, let's see what we got here. Let's see. We got some super chats coming in. Mechanic. Sorry, I've never done a super chat before. I'm learning as I click on these. Thank you so much. Hawkborn, thank you. You are welcome. You are welcome. Mechanic, no sensitive training. Hoorah. Hey, look, I don't know if you can see this, but I got my grandpa's casket flag sitting right up there. So my entire family's military. I was this close to going into the Marines. I went down to the Marine recruiter's office when I was 17 years old. I sat in there. I signed up. They needed my parents' signature because I was 17. They came to the house. And I had a baseball scholarship to play D1 baseball. And my parents were like, you know, son, if you want to do this, we support it. I said, but just take a few days and think about the scholarship offer you had. And I tell my wife all the time, I took the scholarship offer. I didn't go Marines. I told her all the time, I said, that is the one regret that I have in life, that I did not go into the military. The one regret. I'm right there with you. Thank you for being here. Thank you. Wendy says, my Jane. Yeah, you're Jane. She's here. She's watching the stream. She's writing down all the ones for me so we can put them on the Wheel of Destiny. If you're just joining us, thumbs up the stream, put a 1 in chat, and you will be added to the Wheel of Destiny for 1,000 USDT giveaway we're going to do here in just a few. Dagbjork, good morning. I'm glad you're here. Check out the new website, AnthonyLeeRaw.com. You can join our VIP Discord there, guys. Got the hair down. Y'all never see, I always got my hair pulled up. Y'all never see me. I hate fixing my hair. Hate it. I told Jane I'm gonna Randy, what's up, bro? Randy's my new guy. I like Randy. Randy gives it like it is. Carry bins, thanks, brother. CLP, what is that? I'm not familiar with that. Thank you, bro. I told Jane that when I go live on Friday, I'm going to have the hair down for you guys. The hair down. ChatGPT did this arm folding thing for me, but they took my picture into the arm folding thing. I did one of those, like, gay, like, selfies. I don't know if I can find it. Anyway, I did one of those selfies. Which I hate doing. Here it is. And ChatGPT did the arms folding thing. I said, remove my cell phone. And that's what it gave me. I'm going to do the hair. I'm going to fix the hair for y'all on Friday. Okay, guys, let's look at VeChain. So I got people hollering about VeChain. If you're on VeChain, guys, not financial advice, but get off and get off fast. I got people so angry. And here's what I want to show you guys. So here's VeChain, and I don't want to call out this dude that was telling me what an idiot I was for not understanding what VeChain is about. You're right. I don't understand VeChain, and I don't care, okay? And this is the one thing. If you never take anything else away from these altcoin videos that I'm trying to teach you, is when you have a coin, and let's look at VeChain, when you have a coin that looks this bad, okay? And it looks this bad on market. This is the market cap of VeChain. It looks just as bad. This is your previous bear market low on market cap. Pay attention. This works for all altcoins. You need to know this. This is your previous bear market low on price right here. You have taken this out, and then we're going to compare a coin. You have taken this out by 70%. 70% lower than your previous bear market low. That means nobody is interested. Nobody is interested, guys. And look at the even in the last cycle. So you had a good run up in cycle one. I'll give VeChain had a great run up. But then last cycle, look, guys, pay attention. From cycle high to bear market low, you didn't even make the 382. Like, you didn't even retrace to 382. Like, that is awful. That is awful. So not only, and you can see your market caps here, you went from 18 billion to 6 billion. So you can't even, this is market cap, so you can't even blame it on token unlocks waterlogging your coin. This is 70% of the money left the market from peak to peak. Nobody's interested. Nobody cares. And not only did they not care then in the last cycle, they clearly don't care this cycle because you've taken out your low by 70% also. They don't care. This coin is dying. And you have to understand that. Like, what? If you didn't care in the last cycle, so much so that you couldn't even retrace to the 382, why are you magically going to care in this next cycle? The answer is they're not. And if they do, it's going to take some miraculous real world, I mean, some miracle. And this is what I want you to understand, guys. Like, you have to have some crazy narrative play out for this coin to succeed. You have to have it. Whereas you could take another coin, and we're going to look at Fetch, and yes, I'm partial to Fetch, but let's look at Fetch on the weekly. Here's previous bear market low. Like, you're not even close to taking that out. That means people are bullish on this asset. And look at the previous bear market high to high. Bear market high, people are bullish on this asset. They want to send it higher. They think it has more value, right? They don't want it to fall back here because they think it has value. Fetch doesn't have to have some miraculous narrative come in and swoop in and save the day. It's just bullish. Whereas something like VeChain, if nothing else, you need to understand this, something like VeChain has to have that narrative because the technicals look like shit. So even if Fetch underperforms on a shitty underperformance, it's still going to do better on a technical basis than VeChain. It's still going to do better. And if the narrative continues to play out, it's going to do even better. So why put yourself behind the eight ball like this, that you're fully relying upon some crazy narrative that is probably not going to play out? I just don't understand. And to each their own, but you have to understand that. Like, at least choose a coin that doesn't need a narrative. And if you get the narrative bonus, even freaking better, that's great. I'm not hating on the coin, but I'm telling you, this coin is playing way from behind. And it's just not necessary. And this dude literally told me, and this confirms it, don't listen to these retards, guys. I'm sorry they're retarded. And I hate to call this guy out, but he deserves it. He said, this is going to age like milk. And he goes on, I might not can pull it up. He may have deleted his comments because I called him a weetard. Okay, so here you go. He said, VeChain is on the UFC canvas. Okay, this is his logic as to why it's going to save the day. Pay attention because you see this stuff and you hear influencers telling you this stuff. VeChain is on the, and I'm not calling this guy out, this is education. Dana White, who's the owner of UFC, is an advisor for VeChain, and the CEO of VeChain is always cage side. So do you think he is sitting cage side just to get over on the idiots at UFC with a useless shitcoin? Guys, it's called marketing. They're paying to be on the canvas of UFC. They're paying to market it. It's like the NFL guys that have Nike on their jersey. Nike's paying. They're sponsoring. It's not because it's great or because Dana White believes in the project. It's because he's being paid. Algorand sponsored the World Cup last World Cup 4 years ago, and I think they're sponsoring now. How did that work out for Algorand sponsoring the World Cup, which I dare say is bigger than UFC? How did that work out for Algorand? Well, let's go take a look. Remember, always look left. Go look. How'd that work out for Algorand? Algorand went to $3 2 cycles in a row, sponsored the World Cup here, and went to 60 cents. Massive underperformance. How does stuff like that work out? It's not because the World Cup believed in Algorand. It's because Algorand paid to be on the banners. Right? And please tell me how show me on the chart where being on the banner, VeChain being on the banner of UFC is helping it at all. Show me. Please show me how that's helping it. It's not. So this guy, and I know what he's doing, and I kind of feel bad for him. He's invested in this clearly, probably somewhere up here, and he's holding on to the narrative like hoping that that's going to save the day. I get it. And people get angry. They get defensive when they're hoping and holding on to a dream. And what I'm telling you, you don't have to do that. Yeah, you don't want to sell for loss. Say you put 10 grand in here, right? And now it's worth 2 grand. You don't want to cut that. That's an $8,000 loss. You don't want to cut that. I get it. But if I tell you that your 2K, if you hold on, you might. get back to break even. You might. If I tell you that, or if I tell you cut your loss, put your 2K on something like Fetch, which is probably going to 20x, and then you can make 40K, which makes more sense? Get back to your 10K break even, or cut your loss and get on a coin that actually looks like it's going to do something. And maybe Fetch doesn't. But I will tell you this, Fetch does not need a narrative to push it like that because it's got the technicals. And that's all I'm trying to tell folks. Like, just look at the chart. Which one looks better? Macro uptrend or macro massive bear trend? Most coins have not taken out their bear market low, and some of them have, but just barely. VeChain is 70% less. Lower lows, lower highs. You're going to do the same thing. Lower high, lower low, barring a miracle. And I'm sorry, I'm not putting my life savings on a miracle. But hey, you do you. So just think about these things, guys. That's all I'm asking. Just think about these things when you're evaluating your coins. And if you have any questions, ask me. I'll be happy to look. I'll look at your coin. I'll let you know. But anything that has significantly taken out the bear market low, I'm telling you, you should avoid. You should avoid. That means at the lowest point, when nobody was interested last cycle, when nobody was interested, nobody, lowest point of the bear market, which is the bearish you could possibly be, right? Right? They're even more bearish than they were now, than they were then. Now they're even more bearish than the lowest they've ever been bearish before. They're 70% more bearish. This coin ain't coming back, guys. This coin ain't coming back. Will it catch a little bid? Yeah, sure. When Bitcoin starts moving up, it'll naturally move up, but it ain't coming back, guys. These guys are not getting out of break even. I'm telling you. Dana White is not going to save the day, bro. And it drives me crazy because people like on coins like this, not just VeChain, but others, they're like, oh, you just don't know. You just don't know the partnerships, the utility, How do you know that, but major players and institutions don't know that? Because they clearly don't know that. Because if they did know that, price would be up here somewhere. But it's down here. So clearly they either don't know that, and somehow you know that at your mom's basement. But the big whales in the game and institutions, they don't know that. Otherwise, they'd be buying. But they're not, because you're 70% down from bear market low. But somehow you know that, and you believe that. Whales and institutions are buying coins that are nowhere near their low. You're not in on some secret, I can assure you. By the time you hear about it, they heard about it long before you. That's all I'm saying. They're smarter than me. All right, enough harping. If you want me to look at any alts, let me know. Keep those chats and super chats coming. We're doing a $1,000 giveaway. It is 8:46. We're going to do it at 9 o'clock, so in 14 minutes. Wendy says, quite the charm. Quite the charmer, right? I'm so charming. Jane loves my charm. Like, hey, woman. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I can be charming when I want to be. I just don't feel the need to be charming on people's investments. That's all. And I don't hate every coin. And I'll tell you, there are coins like VeChain that look terrible, that there's still an opportunity to make money because they've fallen so much that when they do get a bounce, it's actually not going to be too bad. I just don't like to fight that uphill battle. That's all. With the alt videos you're putting it out, are you still focused only on Fetch, Flux, and top picks? Yeah, so I'm invested in Fetch, Flux, and Injective, INJ. That's what I got. And listen, there are other good ones. I don't personally want to hold 10 or 20 coins. I told everybody in Discord from the jump, 2 to 3 coins is all I want, and there's a reason for that. I spot trade. Do you guys have any idea how much money you can make spot trading? Let's look at Fetch, just because I have Fetch, because I'm familiar with it. But look here, guys. And we're going to do this in the VIP Discord. We've been doing it. I had WorldCoin. I tripled, almost quadrupled my WorldCoin holdings from February 1st to now. And I've shown that in Discord. But we're going to trade. As the bull run starts, I will stop the more frequent trades. But think about this. If you get it on fetch, just say you got in right here in the last bear market and you rode it up to here, and then you sold. You spot accumulated. Let's do the math here. I'm going to show you how much money you can really. I did this last cycle, and I'm going to do it again. So let's say you came down here at, I don't know, let's say 9 cents. Say you put in 10 grand at 9 cent fetch, okay? You picked up 111,000 fetch coins. All right, you paying attention? And let's say it rolled up here to 62 cents, and let's just say you sold it. Let's say you sold it 55 cents. Okay, that means you took your 10 grand and turned it into $61,000. But let's say you didn't want to stop there, because I don't want to stop there, but I also, all right, remember that. I got the calculator, 61,000. When fetch pulled back here, this is important, guys. It pulled back 74%. 74%. Well, you don't want to ride that 74% down. You'd ride your $60,000 down to about 20,000. Like, that sucks. So if you can find the target sell area, you could ride that down, okay? So then you took your $61,000, and let's say you didn't even time it perfect. You sold it not 62 but 55, and it came down to 16 cents. Well, let's say you didn't time it perfect. You just rebought it 24 cents. So you didn't get the top or bottom. You bought it 24 cents. Remember, you had 111,000 coins. Well, now you got 254,000 coins. You have more than doubled your coins by doing that one trade without investing a single nickel more. And now let's say you rode that up and fetch went to like 350 last cycle. Let's say you just rode it up here to $2. Times $2, you made $500,000 from a $10,000 investment by doing one big trade in there. One big trade. That is 200,000 more, because if you had 111,000 coins and you rode it to $3, you would have made $330,000, but instead you made well over $500,000 because you did one big trade. And that's what we're going to do in the Discord. That is what we've been doing, accumulation here, but when we start to move up, when we do eventually start to move up, I am going to take these 2 or 3 big 30, 40, 50, 60, 70% trades before we run up to wherever our ultimate target is. I will do that for sure. And it's not that hard. It's really not that hard. Like, I am absolutely certain. And listen, where you turned around last time, you can't go by this. You cannot go by this. You cannot go by this on any coin. This does not work. This type of TA does not work. Oh, well, there was a resistance area there. It's got to be a resistance area again. No, it doesn't. It doesn't work. I'm going to tell you why it doesn't work. It works on Bitcoin because Bitcoin doesn't really change its supply that much. The little bit of Bitcoin mining that's done and added to, then you have the halving, which it's negligible. But a coin like Fetch, you can't do that because Fetch went from 750 million coins at the high to 2.3 billion. You tripled your circulating supply. So these resistance lines don't work. Do you know where the resistance lines do work on, though? And this is important. They work on market cap because market cap does not change. Market cap is linear. You can't dilute it. So we have market cap levels. And so you can see this level right here, $892 million. It's a clear level for Fetch, right? Clear, right? Resistance, support, support, resistance, clear level. So what I want to do is I'm going to take my old trusty calculator and I'm going to do 892 million divided by 2.3 billion, which is coins. That's your circulating supply. You take a market cap divided by circulating supply, gives you price. That is 38 cents, 38, 39 cents, okay? So I'm going to go back over to Fetch and I'm going to look at 38, 39 cents right here. And I've got that key level marked out. Let me hide this. Got that key level marked out right here. Boom. And you could see how it was not support or resistance here, right? See how you just did this level right here? Let me make this level, let me make this green and bigger. Okay, you see how it was not support or resistance here? You just kind of flew through it, just fell through it, pumped through it, fell through it, pumped through it. It did nothing, right? Right? But notice how it did something here. Support there, resistance there, but it didn't here. Why is that? Why all of a sudden it's the same level. It's the exact same level, but it doesn't look that way on price because it is the same level on market cap. Price is just different with that market cap because you've added coins to the market. So it changed where price was when market cap reached 892 million. It just changed where that support and resistance was. That's it. But it's the same. So now I have to mark out my market cap resistance areas on price by dividing by the new circulating supply, and that's it. So I know when we come here, I'm most likely going to be selling because we're going to reject. We're going to reject, right? Even though you didn't reject here or here or here, but you did on market cap. Right here, you rejected, you support, you rejected, you support, you rejected. So I'm playing the market cap game. That'll be my first big sell, okay? And where I'll look to rebuy, I don't really know yet, but probably this key level, 24 cents. So let's put the calculator on it, guys. And this is how I'm going to 5x my profit by doing this a few times. I'm going to 5x it. Say you put $10,000, and let's say you bought it, I don't know, right now at 17 cents. It's going to give you 59,000 coins. You take 59,000 coins, you sell it right there at 39 cents. You've turned your 10 grand into 23 grand. And then let's say we rebuy at this key level at 24 cents, divided by 24 cents. Now you have 95,000 coins instead of 59,000 coins. And I'm going to ride that up to the next key area at 62 cents times .62. You now have you now have $60,000 compared to what you would have if you had not done that one trade. You'd have 36,000. So you've almost doubled your profit just from doing one trade, guys. Just from paying attention to market cap and circulating supply. Not all this crap that everybody else is telling you. Telling you market cap. That's what matters. Nothing else matters. Salt Chain says, spot trading alts, mostly fetch has completely changed everything for me. I've made more money doing this than ever leverage trading Bitcoin. We make a lot of money leverage trading Bitcoin, guys, but I'm not bragging. We make an unbelievable amount spot trading altcoins. And I trade with a couple $100,000 in alts, but I didn't always. I started with $10,000. I started my crypto journey with 10 grand. Okay? It just accumulates. And everybody wants the money now. You want it tomorrow. But think about a 4-year cycle. How many spot trades you can get in a 4-year cycle? I just showed you how you can turn 10 grand into $60,000+ with one trade. And if you did that a couple times all the way up to $2, $3, you could easily make a $500,000 from 10 grand. Easily. I know because I've done it and I've shown it. And I'm here to help. Get in the VIP Discord, AnthonyLeeRaw.com. VIP Discord tab right up there. Yes, that's another thing, guys. You cannot lose on a spot alt trade, okay? You can't get liquidated. Now, you might could voluntarily sell for a loss, but that's on you, okay? And I know a coin could go to zero, but you're not going to get liquidated if price dips. You may just have to ride it, wait it out and ride it back up, but you can't lose unless you choose to sell for a loss. By the way, so these people that are freaking out about Michael Saylor selling, let's talk about that. And look it up if you don't believe me. When Michael Saylor buys and sells what's called over-the-counter, okay? And what you're not seeing, but all these retards freaking out about it, is Michael Saylor sold his Bitcoin on July the 1st. He reported it on July the 5th, but it sold on July the 1st at $60,200. That has now come out in the last hour or so, okay? Michael Saylor sold right here. Since that sell, nobody knew about the sell until today, until yesterday. Bitcoin rallied up 6%. Michael Saylor selling does not dump the price of Bitcoin. He sells over the counter, and what that means for you don't understand, same thing if you buy over the counter. You go to an institution like Coinbase is an over-the-counter institution. I don't know who he uses, but they're partnered up with large players in the game. And so I may go, if I'm a large player, which I'm not, I may go and be like, hey, I got $1 billion. I'm going to buy a Bitcoin. If you get a large order, let me know. And so when Saylor comes in and says, hey, I want to sell $1 billion, whatever the number is, they say, cool, we got a private buyer right here that's really ready to do the transaction. And they do kind of it's over the counter, but it's like a behind closed doors transaction. Here's the money. Here's my $1 billion. It's a wash. Price doesn't move, period. What moves is people freaking out when they hear that Saylor sold and then they go panic sell. These are non-over-the-counter exchanges dumping the market. But none of that really matters. If that really mattered, we would not have been able to predict this 9 days ago. I didn't sit down when I drew this up and say, I think Michael Saylor is going to sell in 9 days. It's probably about the time we're going to get a pullback. That's just what the technicals called for. People always have to attach an excuse or a narrative to why price pumps or dumps when really it's moved by liquidity. That's the old saying, show me the charts and I'll tell you the news. Like, I didn't know Saylor was going to sell, but I knew we were going to move up to about this level and then dip. I knew that because that's where the liquidity was. Michael Saylor sold way down here, and nobody knew it, and price continued to do what it was supposed to do. Only today, when people found out, did they panic. So, looking at our poll here, and then we're going to do our giveaway. It's 9. Looking at our poll. Are you worried about Michael Saylor? I can't even say that. Selling Bitcoin. 57% says, no, Saylor ain't shit. 30% say you don't know what it means, but now you know what it means. It means nothing, except in people's minds. Hang on, let me call Jane. Hey, when you get a minute, will you bring me the list for the giveaway, please? The wife is coming down. I got 1,000 subs. See how many subs we got officially. The wife has like 150,000 on her page. She makes me look bad. Let's see. We got 1,036. She has 150. Thank you. You got the old list. Did you write the super chatters down?
Yes.
Because they get
one extra one, or if they
okay. Thank you. All right, guys. If y'all will give me just a few minutes, maybe 2 minutes, I got the wheel over here, but I've got to load these names on here. So give me 1 second. And super chatters will get an extra entry. And I'm not typing everybody's full official name, like some of these are long. I'm just going to type it long enough to where you know who you are. Carrie Benz, man, glad to see Carrie Benz back in here. And I apologize if I misspell some of this, guys. It is what it is. Mechanic will get another extra one too. We had 2 chats there. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you guys. And I'm really not trying to be rude to anyone when I shoot you straight. I'm really not. I'm really not. I wish somebody had talked to me like this. I think I got everyone. Last chance, if anybody wants on the wheel, thumbs up the stream, put a 1 in chat. I'm going to cut it off in 60 seconds. Last chance. All right, that's it. We'll cut it off. I got everyone. I think I got everyone. Sorry guys, I know it's taking a while. I want to make sure. Double checking my list. All right, this is generating, so this may take a minute. See what Bitcoin's doing here. Anybody take this trade, guys? Look at that, guys. Did any of you guys take this trade? Came right down into the dang green box I gave. Look at that, guys. I'm telling you. I'm not trying to brag, but I'm telling you, I'm in the zone with this stuff right now. Right down into that green box. Given to you in the VIP Discord this morning. Right there. Price was at 62.7. I gave you this green box. And there we are. Right in the green box. Hope you guys took that. I missed it. I was chatting. Trying to get you guys prepared for these alts. Alts are where the money's at. Okay, we got everybody loaded on the Wheel of Destiny, guys. Are y'all ready? Here we go. Moment of truth. 1,000 USDT giveaway. Let's see who it is. Jack. Congratulations, bro. Congratulations, man. Jack. Send me your USDT wallet address. Send it to me in Discord, if you will, and I will get you paid out today. I will post the transaction so folks see. Congratulations, brother. I appreciate you guys being here. Jack, good job, y'all. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate everyone. Before we go, though, I'm sure a lot of you are going to click off now, You guys wanted $1,000. Jack got it. At least Eons didn't win it again, right? But let me know if you want me to look up any altcoin. I'll be happy to look up your altcoin. I'll be happy to look up anything you want me to see right now. We know the plan for Bitcoin. We're looking for a dip then rip, right? We got to move down into the box I gave you guys in advance. Look at that, guys. Perfect. I have an alert at 61,197. I missed this. It came down to 61,209. I missed my alert by $22. I just messed up setting my alert. It should have been right up there. Perfect trade, though, guys. We looked for this trade. Let me know if you want me to look at altcoins. Be happy to do so. You know which ones I'm on right now. Fetch, Flux, and Injective. All the altcoins are moving down significantly today. Dip then rip we're looking for. So here's what you want to pay attention to, though. Let me remove these arrows for the dip then rip because I am looking to add to my long trade. Let me remove these arrows. I'm just going to hide them. So what I would look for now, not a blind entry, is a pullback. We're bouncing from the 382 currently. I would look for a pullback somewhere closer to 60K. Where's that 702? Something like that, guys. Between like 59.5 and 60K. Okay, if we could get a move into there, I would look to add to it. However, you need to pay attention to this, guys, if you want to add to your long trade or if you missed the original. So 2018 July, bear market July, we got a dip. Excuse me, we got a dip, pump, dip, then rip. Okay, that's the theme, right? Pay attention. But when we came here, what do we do? What do we do? We did a 702 retrace. That's why I asked for the 702. It's my favorite retrace level. We did a 702 retrace. But here's what I want you to pay attention to, guys. All right, 702 retrace, 618, 702 is what we're looking for. Dip then rip. But let's look at 2022, and this could play out just like this. You got a dip then rip. Here was the actual dip. Well, I guess it played out the same. Let me go back and take a look. Maybe I'm wrong. Okay, so this should be slid over some. That's the problem. In 2018, you came and took out your low, your July 1st dip low. Okay? Came and took out this July 1st dip low. So you came down, took out that low, then rip. In 2022, you did not. Sorry about that, guys. You did not take it out in 2022, okay? You did not take this out before ripping. Let's see what this retrace was. 786 retrace, okay, guys? 786 retrace. So whether you take it out or not is irrelevant. I'll be honest, I told you guys in Discord, I would actually love to take it out. I think, and this is the unpopular opinion, if you came down here and took this out and then rip, I think this is the bottom. I think that's it. I think that is the end of the bear market. It's over. I think everybody's going to miss it. If this happens, people are going to be saying, okay, Bitcoin's going to pump and then roll over to the 40s. Everybody's going to be calling for that, and I just don't think so. On-chain data suggests we could be there. I think one more dip, one more drive of bull divergence. I think if this happens by Wednesday, it's over. It is over, and you better be positioned, not financial advice, because I think that's it. However, I think if we just dip, golden pocket 76, retrace, and then go, I think at some point later we come take it out. And the two previous bear market Julys, it's happened both ways. You took it out on this dip, then rip, and you didn't take it out on a dip and rip. So I don't really know what happens here. I tend to think we are not fixing to take this out. I'm looking for 59.5 to 60K. I'm going to add to my 57.7K position and continue to ride up. We have already secured over $6 grand in profit on that trade. I'm looking to add to it. I'm going to compound this. I'm still in that trade, by the way. All right, let's see if anybody's got anything before we roll. Just a bunch of congrats for Jack. A bunch of congrats. Go USA World Cup. Is Kerry Benz, are you still here, bro? Who are you pulling for in the World Cup? I don't think Chile is still in it, are they? Or were they ever in it? I know Brazil. That's really all I know. The USA. You're welcome, Jack. Send me that USDT wallet address. DM me in Discord, and I will pay you today. France. Kerry Benz is pulling for France. That's odd. You're in South America, bro. USA gonna bring the fire tonight. Did anybody take this trade? Put a 2 in chat if you took this trade from the box. I'm just curious. I hate that I missed giving you guys this trade. That's 2 in a row. I gave you guys the red box in advance and the green box, but I missed both of these trades chatting with y'all. Sorry about that. Johnny took it. Max took it. Good job, guys. Okay, well, if you don't have any questions, we're going to roll out. You know what we're looking for, guys. Look for these alts. Let me know in Discord also. VIP Discord, you let me know if you want me to do the TA in your alts and let you know what I think. Or if you want me to shoot a video, I'll be happy to do so. Use VeChain as an example of what not to look for. Use Fetch as an example of what to look for. I'm not saying you have to choose Fetch, but you want something with similar macro market structure, okay? You do not want something that looks this freaking bad compared to last bear market. You do not want something just because Dana White has it on the UFC canvas because they pay Dana to put it there. That's dumb. Salt Chain missed it because you were listening to me chat. Sorry, bro. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to roll out. I appreciate you guys being here. We'll do it again. We will probably live on Wednesday, and we'll definitely live on Friday because I said I'd put my hair down on Friday. So everybody's dying to see it. God, you have no idea how much I hate it. You have no idea. I mean, I like the hair. I just hate dealing with it. All right, guys. Enough of me whining. I'm going to get out of here. I'll be in Discord. Love you guys. Love you guys. Love you guys so much. Thank you for making us moderately successful. This is successful to me. Just having you guys as a community is awesome. I don't have to have 1 million subs like some of these people. I don't even want that. I'm happy with what we got. I'm happy with our Discord and our VIP and our Pro Traders group. And I thank you guys. The Lord loves you. I love you guys. I'll see you next time.